Yo, what's good? What's good?
Hi, Max.
Wagwan. How's it going?
I feel good. Today's been a good, productive day.
Yeah, I forgot to D&D my phone before we started, and I didn't want to fuck around and this thing start going off while we on here. You know what I'm saying?
Heard. Yes, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, how'd your weekend turn out? Had a little surprise this weekend, didn't we?
Oh my gosh. Like, I think that people have to understand that the love that you and I have for each other is so real and raw and authentic. When we're in the same space together, it just feels magnetic. Even us being on the podcast together, still just it feels organic. But there's nothing like in-person energy. And so I looked up and Max was there. And I was like, I felt like a fangirl. Now I understand why the ladies be on you like that.
I still don't understand it, but I'll go with it.
Well, it's the energy, it's the essence, it's the masculinity, it's the protective factor, it's all the things. Like, I know for me, when you walk in a room, all is well. And if all is not well, all will be well. So that was the highlight of my weekend. But I met some new people this weekend. I was in Jersey for the weekend. It was a beautiful time. I met some new folks, and I went to like a small intimate gathering Friday night. And then Saturday, I went to Zuri's party. And it was super dope. Like, I love a Zuri event. I love her energy anyway. And this event was amazing. Joy, don't be coming at me like that. That's what I said too.
Well,
yes.
I don't come outside like I used to. So when I do come outside, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It felt good. So it was a great weekend. I had a good time. I made it home. I rested. I relaxed. And then that's really it. Now back to the grind.
Right.
How was your weekend?
I mean, it was a good time, Ended up at Zuri's event, It was definitely something nice to go to. Like, I mean, the venue was really nice. Nice little scenery and stuff. Boy, the girls was outside though. Like, it was definitely, it definitely was a different situation. Like, I had a good time, and
yeah, it's a lot of beautiful people.
I was dancing and chilling and all that stuff. The crowd was really diverse too.
Yes.
Like, there was different types there. So if you sensitive, you might have felt the way because there was different types. There was bi, there was straight, there were the masculine. I don't know the terminology for them. Joy's gonna
like masculine presenting.
The masculine females or whatever. Because I know there's a word for them. The one word I know is kind of offensive, so I know it's not that. But they were out there. It just was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was good, and I like it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What you saying?
No, I like it because, like, up front what you're getting into, especially because of the way they do the like wristbands and things like that. So I like that. I respect it a lot.
Nah, but I got on the wristband thing though.
What?
Because what happened with me with the wristbands when we came in, we kind of got fucked up because because apparently there were so many shorties there that was there for the shorties that they ran out of pink ones. So we ended up with orange ones that had no real identifier. So it was confusing because obviously we were there.
It was like an eye.
You know what I'm saying? But it still was a good time though. It still was a good time though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just was one of those things where I just was like, yikes, you know, when it came down to the wristband situation and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That was a little something. There's the one gripe I have, but I'll talk to Zuri about that on the side because I ain't gonna. Okay. But overall, like I said, the event itself was cool. It was nice. There was security. Security was very active, very hands-on. So they were on point. Ain't nobody was gonna end up in no fuck shit at that thing, you know. But I will say one thing. Girls still be touching without permission though.
Oh no.
That's not my gripe though, because I was flirting too. So I kind of liked the touch because I needed the stimuli. I was in one of my spaces where I was low vibrational. So I couldn't get myself into the into the space of being like communicative and friendly. My social battery was low from before I came there. Just cause I don't know, I was just in a low social battery energy, but you know. What's up, Jeep? Hey, Joy.
Hey, other Joy. Tonight.
What's good? Yo, Kevin, what up? You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of the like button. The like button is your friend. As you come and hit the like button, you know you're gonna like this shit. So feel free to hit that button as you enter the situation. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway. So, some interesting things going on. This is an interesting topic.
Yeah?
What inspired you on this one?
Well, this was a mutual one because you started with part of it with the partnership aspect. And when you and I have conversations about the topics that are coming up, I think it just flows. You're like, I'm thinking something about this, and I'm like, oh, we can add this, and it just combines. So I think the topic of making sure that you find, like, you know what your partner likes, you know what you like, you know how to communicate that with your partner. And it was just like, okay, let's find that. So like finding your rhythm. I think that was what you said, like how you find your rhythm with your partner. I'm like, all right, and getting into a harmonious place. So rhythm and harmony, finding your sexual flow with partners, it's important. And especially for me, I always say how like I'm really still new to the lifestyle and learning my likes, learning my kinks, my fetishes, like we talked about last week, and learning how to communicate that. And sometimes as a woman, I hadn't realized certain things were in my head that are actually in my head, and I have to get rid of it. So like sometimes I'll be like, okay, don't be too picky, but it's like, no, this is your pleasure time, so like you should be particular. And then sometimes, because I am a pleaser, I like to please, I will find myself giving more pleasure than I'm receiving, and I have to learn how to communicate that and communicate what my needs are. And I remember the first event I played at, somebody said, what are your do's and your don'ts? And I felt stumped because I wasn't a year into the lifestyle. I didn't know how to communicate it. In my mind, it's like, I just like to come. So that's what my do's are. And don't do anything that's not going to make me come. I don't know. So I've had to learn how to articulate what my do's and my don'ts are. I even worked with somebody to help me create like a list. So it can help me understand or like help me communicate. And so now I have like guidelines for if someone comes to my house, which is very rare. If someone comes up to visit me from the city, Like I have different guidelines for different scenarios, and sometimes I have to be formal with them, and sometimes I'm able just to flow.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
See, with me, I feel like this is an easy one for me, just because I'm an empath.
Really?
So I'm good at I can feel, even if a partner of mine feels away, I can sense it without even being near them. I can feel it. You understand what I'm saying? Good night, Joy. Wake up and take some Red Bull and stick around. God damn it, going to bed all early and shit.
Who said that, Joy?
But anyway, I'm sure she got to go to bed and get up in the morning and do stuff. But anyway, thanks for the like, baby. But me and you gonna have a face-to-face just now, Miss Joy Harris.
Ooh.
Because I gotta talk to her about something.
Wow.
But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty good at reading my partners for the most part. When it comes to somebody that I'm involved with, somebody I'm dealing with, I could kind of sense their feelings, even when they don't tell me. So I'm kind of not a fair comparison because I make it really easy for them. Because I'm like, I'm the person that I'll already kind of know, and I know the steps to take to kind of talk through it. Like if one of them's grieving for a reason, or if somebody's just feeling away for whatever the reason is, I kind of know how to summon that. What I have to say is a key point that I think is important is you need to learn your partner's circadian rhythm.
Yes. Well, yeah, circadian rhythm for sure. That's important.
Because if you don't learn that before you get to any of the sexual stuff, you need to understand your part. It's different when you're fucking just in a play situation. Then you just kind of roll with the punches, so to say. It's all good. It's all cute. But my thing is, when it comes to actually having a partner and actually being involved in this entire situation, and as far as having love, especially in the swing life, because there's a lot of trust you have to put into your partner in order to do this. Because you can't just sit there and babysit them the whole fucking time. You understand what I'm saying? So this is something that you have to make sure that you are in complete trust, communication, understand exactly how they're flowing. Understand when your partner is uncomfortable, you might have to save them sometimes. You need to be able to read all of these things.
So I agree with that, but I also think that there's no but. I agree with that. And I think sometimes when it comes to like knowing people's rhythm and bodies, some people are just better at it than others organically. So for me, like I've had, we've all had like mediocre experiences, but I've had some fire experiences from the beginning. And it's like first sexual interaction is like, woof, mind blowing and very mutual. And I think that's the space I've been in lately, is like making sure that the pleasure is mutual, that the sensuality is mutual. But I don't know how that happens. Like, how does it happen where someone can just know your body and treat your body amazingly first time versus having to teach someone how to treat it?
Well, some people are more of a natural. Like I said, I can read a woman. I pay attention to the little things that a lot of men aren't going to pay attention to because they're too busy focusing on the titties and the ass and the pussy. I'm paying attention to those little things. So that makes me naturally be able to be attuned to different things that they may, little subtleties that'll make me understand exactly how their body is working. You understand? So it just depends. For some people, you gotta, for some people, they gotta worm their way into it. But once they do, then they good. Everybody has their own way that they go about doing this. It just has to be, you have to determine which way really works for you. because the way that works for you, you know what I'm saying, might not work for this one, or what works for this one may not work for that one. So it's just really, it's very circumstantial, to be honest with you.
So did you ever find that you had to, I'm sure you did, like had to communicate, like, no, I don't like that. Like, how do you communicate that? Does it ever ruin the mood?
Hey, Goddess, what's up, babe? It can ruin the mood if you have to be formal with the communication. Like, it should be a thing like, you in emotion, yo, put a hand around my neck. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, bite on the nipple. While you're in motion, that's communicating while in play.
Right.
So it sounds sexy. But if you sitting there like, listen, when we fucking, I need you to put a hand on my neck. Or I need you to bite my shoulder. If you do that goofy ass shit, man, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. You have to do this shit where it makes sense. You have to do this shit where it's like, oh, this motherfucker is actually knowing what he's talking about. Or, oh, they made that shit sexy. You have to know, like, ladies, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of ladies ain't smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies ain't smooth. This is one where the men got y'all beat.
It's true. It's true.
Ladies, y'all not smooth. Subtlety is not necessarily your strongest point. You cannot come at some man and be like, I need you to do that. Because I'll be looking around like, who is she talking to?
Yeah, the tone has to be right.
The tone has to, like, the tone is everything. You have to understand, it's not just about communicating what you want, but using some tact in that communication to make sure that your message is truly being conveyed in the way that you want it to be.
Right.
Because otherwise, you're just wasting your time.
It can be tough though, because as a woman, I know for me, sometimes I'll be like, oh, that doesn't feel as good as I want it to feel, but if he did this, then it would feel better. And I don't know how to say that in the moment. And then I'm like, but this is your pleasure also, so say something. And so maybe that could be where like the jumpiness is coming from. I'm more of a like retrospective communicator most of the time. Right. So then I'll be like, okay, no, this is what I like. This is what I didn't like. I also like for the man to initiate that like reflective conversation. And I am becoming more like assertive in my voice when it comes to that. But I'd like that. Or sometimes if it's not good and it's like, I know it could be better, I just will not play with that person ever again. Because I'm like, I don't want to have to teach you or walk you through it.
Well, you do understand sometimes you do have to teach them and walk them through it. See, the thing is that's called being lazy. If you want to have a successful situation with a partner, you have to be willing to teach them. Nobody is automatically, everybody doesn't come knowing the cheat codes. Some of us, like me, I'm a nerd. I've read books on sexuality. I've studied Tantra, like taking real classes in that, just like I took classes to be a masseuse and studied with a professional to learn how to do that properly. Everything that I do, I've studied with professionals to learn how to do, which is not to mention, I do have a natural gift to be able to read people with certain things, which is why I am a counselor, why I do dating consultations, why I do life coaching and stuff like that. Everybody don't have that natural knack. You have to treat everybody like the default setting and assume that they don't know anything.
I like that.
Just because you come across some that are like me, I'm not the only person that's like this, but just because you'll come across somebody like me who may be more naturally inclined to figure it out off the rip, doesn't mean that there aren't those who need a little guidance. And once they get the guidance, shit, they might be better than us. They might have just needed to get pointed in the right direction.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because I remember I had a partner that I really had strong feelings for. I loved them down. And I remember this was before, I was a ethically non-monogamous person. And I remember saying to my therapist, like, we had sex. I think I'm gonna have to cheat on him. And she was like,
so you just went right to cheating.
Listen, this was before my lifestyle days. We listen and we don't judge, Max. Yes, that's where I went.
I don't know who told you I don't judge. I judge.
Max.
I judge.
All right, well.
This isn't a lifestyle thing. Let's correct on that.
It's true.
Being in a lifestyle doesn't mean that magically they don't cheat. Because there's a lot of people in a lifestyle cheating right now. There's probably some cheaters on this podcast watching this shit right now, knowing damn well they sneaking and creeping when they should be out there, be open and honest.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I can tell you two people that ain't doing that, and that's me and that's Nova. Because if I was cheating, my page wouldn't be public. Everybody can see my page and find out what the fuck is going on. But seriously, on a serious note, cheating is being deceptive to your partner, period. So that is something that is always unacceptable.
For sure.
There's no excuse for that. It's even more ridiculous to cheat when you are in a lifestyle. It's like you already have carte blanche to do what you want, and you're still out here fucking bullshitting. What is that?
Right.
And I want to scroll back because Goddess said something. Oh yeah, she said that they're able to talk you through it too. A lot of women are not good at talking a man through it though.
Yeah.
A man will talk a woman through it. This goes back to my other conversation. I keep referencing that video, and I stand on this. I stand on this. Men are more naturally romantic and patient and understanding than women when it comes to things like sexuality and economics. Two things where men are more patient and more understanding are sexuality and economics.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You're right. Because I don't know about myself. I haven't self-reflected on that area yet, but I know like some of my clients are like, Well, I guess, for myself, I've gotten better. And I said lifestyle because now that I've found community, I've learned to be able to be true to myself and true to others. But it's tough to communicate when you're not taught that. And, because sex is just taboo all the way around, it's tough to communicate those things. And so that was the first time that I communicated that with my therapist. Shout out to her creating a safe space for me to be able to say that. And she gave me the feedback that I needed to be like, okay, so now I'm like, walk him through it. Like, it was really uncomfortable for me to walk him through things or like to guide him through things. And it was tough. Like, it was really tough. And some people don't know how to do that. And I can understand why.
All right. So even though I charge by the hour for this information, I'm going to make it easy for you on this one. Since you're my friend, I'm going to show you how you do this. All right.
Okay.
So the first thing you do.
Let me get my notebook.
When you're in your intimate moments. When you're in your intimate moments. Well, no, actually, I'm going to dial it back. When you're having general conversation, that is where it starts. You don't start talking about what you like or don't like. Don't do that. What you do is you start off and you're like, hey, I really liked when you did this. Everything is positive acknowledgement because nobody wants to, nothing makes a dick soft faster than taking away a man's confidence.
Positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement is key. So it's like, don't even though in the back of your mind, I'm like, I don't like when you put your fingers there like that. That's not my thing. Don't mention that. Just say, I loved when you played with my breasts like this. And you did that thing with your nipples, like with my nipples, like, oh my God. Da, 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 da. You tell them stuff like that. And that's just during the conversational part, because the communication always starts before you're in the bed. Then when you get to the bedroom, during the act itself. You know, you're making it sexy. You're like, yeah, baby, come here. Come here for a minute. All right, yeah, just do that shit like this. Oh, yes. Oh, that feels so good. You're giving him instruction. But he's just taking it as sex talk / guidance. Because it's not always what you say, it's how you say. Trust me, I'm an asshole. So I know that I say things sometimes in a way that's a little rough to digest. But when it comes to the bedroom, your tact is the key to your success. Now, if you're giving him this guidance and he's not following the instructions, sometimes you might need to take his hands, pull him towards you a little bit in a way, you know, show him with your body. If you're the type of person that when you're getting stroked, you like your clitoral area being stimulated as you're getting stroked, and you have a certain rhythm that works for your clitoral area, because every woman's clit is different. You have to show, even if you're on the bottom, you can push up and like show him exactly how you want that rhythm, and then he'll start to move into it. Then you'll be like this, and it'll start to become like the ocean, like waves clashing in on each other, and it can get like the ocean where you start to splash. You know what I'm saying? These are the ways that you have to do it. Show it with your body movements, show it with your nonverbal, as well as your proper verbal communication. The reason why, Joy, I'm not just saying hands is because this might not be a hands thing. This could be a body movement thing or a body contact thing. So you have to show with all of that. So this way, and if he's paying any way attention, he's going to start to go. If he's a proficient lover, he's going to fall in line. If he doesn't fall in line, then yeah, maybe he's trash and you need to burn it down. But this is a way to at least give a little guidance to somebody who might be a little bit greener around the gills when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So
or they don't know your body.
Yeah, or they might be nervous. They could have wanted you for a long time. They finally got you, and now they're forgetting all the stuff they know. So those are key things, because no matter whether you're an experienced professional or a novice, the one thing you don't want is somebody putting you down. Like Mel said, you want positive cootie cat compliments. Nobody wants you to be, oh, I don't like this, or oh, I don't like that.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, please. I got to holler at y'all for a minute. Take this out of the conversation for a minute. I told you I was going to do this. I've been doing the numbers. I have 1,200 people in this group. People keep coming to the social experiment group by the day on their own, not even from invites from us. The subscriber numbers are terrible. Compared to my following alone, between my Facebook and everything else, I'm like about 8,000-9,000, not even counting the social experiment group. I have 6.6 people following me on Facebook alone. The algorithm is not going to cooperate if y'all aren't sharing this, liking this, and subscribing to the show. You got to subscribe. See, motherfuckers disappearing. Hopefully they're leaving the show to go subscribe to the YouTube and then coming back. That's what I'm saying, because this is very important. Understand, I live in New York City. It's a very expensive place to live. So in order for this show, and the thing is, you understand, I take a pay cut to do this show because it's something that I love to do. Nova is taking time out of her schedule because it is something that she loves to do. She could be making money doing something else. My whole thing is, we need y'all to do a few things for us. Like, share, and subscribe. Share it on your pages. Don't be shy. Share it on your pages. Share it. Because the only shares I've been seeing is the shares that I'm doing. And I know how many shares I did because I shared it to like 15 different places. So if I don't see 25 shares or higher, then I'm looking like, okay, what are we doing? And also, I need y'all to pay attention to this thing right here. See that right there? That little thing right up there. Point the other way, Nova. That thing up there, that's the Cash App. So you could donate to the show, because there's definitely upgrades and things we're going to be doing. Want to plan some dope stuff in the future. Might even make some logos and apparel with some of these things that have been mentioned. But in order to get that stuff going, it takes money. And being that we ain't monetized, because even though I got 5,000 friends, 6,500 followers, and however many else, not even counting what Nova got, somehow we still ain't even got 1,000 people sub to this show. And yet, a prerequisite for the show, for being in the Social Experiment group, is subscribing to the show. Yet we got 1,200 people in the group, but we only got 200 and something on the subs. Something ain't right. So I need y'all to go handle that for me, please. And thank you.
Yes.
If you can't afford to donate, that's fine, but at least help us out with the subs and the shares. We will greatly appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to make it easy for y'all. Just this one time, I'm going to do this. Boom. Make the overlay nice and big. I'm going to take the little banner off so you can see the whole thing. Screenshot that. And at your leisure, feel free to donate, and we will love you for it. Please and thank you. That is enough for that. We'll go back to the show now because we got things to talk about.
Well, also because they got to make sure they're supporting before we hit our 1 million subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, we going to get there. And, you know, the things that we talking about are hitting. So we got to make sure you got to be with us shooting in the gym.
But understand, the algorithm doesn't favor positivity. We talk a lot of positivity. If we was up here being ignorant, the algorithm will work with us.
Yeah.
I've tested it. Just like when I put up that sweatpants print post, about 35 girls popped up on there talking about, I was trying to see. Most of them done seen my dick already, so I don't even know why they cared about seeing the damn print anyway. I'm not gonna lie. Shit, a lot of them are in the same groups I'm in. We sharing nudes, or maybe they saw it personally for whatever other reasons. So my whole thing is that I'm just like, if we can be seen or visible when doing that, see us when we doing this.
Yeah.
Because we cover everything. This isn't a lifestyle podcast. This is a lifestyle friendly podcast that also talks about a lot of other things too. It's just being that it's a part of our lives, we tend to incorporate it into the show itself. Now, can we get back to the topic, please? Because
yes, we got to talk about it. Talk about our experience. So I am learning, like I said, I'm learning how to talk and communicate what my needs are. I like what you said today about having a conversation beforehand. I like what you said about, you know, like it being like software, like just basic software. Like we have to create it, build it. It's like epigenetics. So it makes sense to me that now it's like, all right, you gotta fine tune the software. Do you do that with a play partner well, no, not to the extent, but how do you differentiate communication with a play partner versus a partner?
There's no difference.
No?
Sexual communication is sexual communication. If you are in it for gratification, whether they're your play partner or your partner, you should always use tact in communicating what you want, because it's still a person. Just because they're not in a relationship with them doesn't mean you shouldn't use proper tact in conveying what it is that you want from them. So the key thing is you want to make sure that you are conveying what you want, because I will fuck a play partner like I love them, but I don't. They're just my play partner. But after it's done, we're still friends. We'll still go our separate ways. But there are differences between my partners and my play partner. It's just a matter of, you know, I'm always there for the woman's pleasure. I'm just speaking from my perspective because I'm heterosexual. so I'm only into women. So I'm gonna speak from my perspective. I have to say this because I don't want to sound like categorizing or anything. But my whole thing is, I speak from my perspective of saying, I am here to please the ladies. I want the ladies to enjoy everything that I do. You understand what I'm saying? Who's the juicy girl? I don't know who you're talking about. You would have to show me who you're talking about. I'm not sure. But I'll be happy to let you know once you tell me who that is. I'm not sure. I have a lot of friends on this Facebook thing, so I'm not sure.
A lot.
But yeah, what I'm saying is that my job is to please the ladies. I don't know how to not be a pleaser for a lady because I'm not there to bust my nut. That's her job. I'm here to get her off, to make sure that she has an amazing experience.
But not that many men think like that, Max. Like, not many men think like that. I think a lot of times, like, so I'm on FetLife, and a lot of times it's men like, who's gonna come suck who wants to taste mine? And it's like, what in the, I figured that. Like, what in the, you know what I mean?
Well, she's right here. She can speak for us, though.
Hi, Claudia.
I hold no control over her. I'm just her protector.
And water enforcer.
Yeah, because you're going to drink water when I'm around.
If I have lead poisoning, guys, it's because of Max. FYI.
Yeah, well, they ran out of the regular water for a minute. They had some more, but they had to find it. But they ran out of water for a minute, so you had to drink the tap. But tap water up in our area is pretty good anyway, so you'll be all right.
I told my mom about that.
You're going to live. But here's the thing.
Why?
I'm going to say this. Just
okay, please help.
Is that a lot of women are selfish too. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't make it right. Nobody should be selfish. It should be a mutually pleasurable experience where we take care of each other. Thank you, Joy. Joy is a medical professional, so she just shut that down. Nice try. No, I love Joy. Joy always.
Whose side are you on, Joy?
Listen, she's on the side of truth. You know how she is. So here's my thing: is that you have to set your level of acceptance. If you see the person you're fucking with is selfish, then don't fuck with them. There's plenty of people who will fuck with you and care about your pleasure. I will say people spend a lot of time wasting time with people that don't have their best interests at heart. If you want something to be better, you have to choose something that is better.
That's true.
So that is my answer for that. It's very simple.
And I think sometimes, like, when you see that as being like majority, it's like, what the heck? And then, like, it's more refreshing when you see someone who I've had play partners. I have play partners who get pleasure from seeing me pleased. And that's the kind of interaction that I want. Because then it's like, when you get pleasure from seeing me pleased, and that makes me want to please you even more. And now we're just trying to outplease each other.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that answer too. So we could discuss that via DM. I'm just catching up on some of these things.
The comments.
Let me show you an example of why men are more romantic than women. You see how we have more women watching this than men, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not one woman has asked me what I like. But you've had at least 2 or 3 guys shooting their shot at you asking what you like. this is how I verify when I say the things that I say. This also translates when it comes to being pleased. Like a lot of women think just because they putting a dick in their mouth that they doing something. I'm 45 years old. Hello, Zuri, with your thick, sexy ass. You was looking hella good on Saturday. I wanted to throw you over my shoulder so bad.
Hi, Zuri. Yeah, so beautiful, and they're like just effortlessly beautiful, just like the S. Oh yeah, good. That's right, Max. Fuck your shit.
Yes. Oh, and Zuri, I just want to give you a round of applause. I want to give you your flowers for something because it's really been about this. I got to get my sound effect on because Zuri, you did your thing with that event. That venue was really nice. The security was on point, and one thing is your crowd was very sexually diverse.
Yeah.
I just want to recognize that because we need to normalize that if we're truly lifestyle, that we don't care what somebody else is. Nobody violated because everybody had their little bracelet that told you what you was into. So they knew not to claim. No man approached me trying to see what was good because they knew I wasn't for it. So just want to give Zuri a round of applause for that real quick. And so, you know, my thing is getting back to the caring about each other's feelings and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
The pleasure has to be mutually concerned, meaning you have to care about my pleasure as much as I care about yours. A lot of women, like I said, they'll put it in their mouth and they're like, oh, they think they doing something. I'm sitting there like, all right, this is cool. But this ain't that Ralph, though. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't that Ralph, though. You understand? Because my thing is that if you listen to your partner, like I've literally told, like, I love sloppy head. Which I do in real life. I do. I like that shit messy. Drool running on your shirt, on your chest. Yes, do that shit. Don't give me no pretty girl head. Give me that fucking nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Act like you were 5 or 6 with scars and stitches. You know what I'm saying? Just give me that nasty hood rat blowjob head.
I hear that.
Water. Anyway, let's focus. So my thing is that when I'm instructing you as to how to do that and you're doing everything but that tells me that you're not paying attention or caring enough to understand what it is that I want from you.
Yeah.
Because it ain't hard to make your mouth wet. Drink some water if you need to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wet that mouth up and get it going. But these are only things that you understand if you're paying attention.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
Another thing is that horrible surfboarding shit that y'all do.
Oh yeah, you talked before. You don't like that.
When my dick is hard, that shit is really hard. You know what doesn't feel good when a dick is hard? Having your dick bending like this.
Oh no. Where'd Max go? We need the rest of this story because Lord have mercy. He's coming back, y'all. Don't worry. Where'd he go? Who said what that mouth do? Okay, Cat. Talk your shit. Suck it like you're trying to get the antidote. There you go. Please.
I don't understand what happened just now.
It's all right. We're glad you're back because they are being raunchy in the chats.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was just now.
Oh, probably the way you talking. They probably kicked you off.
Nah, that wasn't even that. I'm having an issue. It's a hardware issue, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna fix it.
You need a bib. Okay, Seymour Pesos. Need a bib to catch the drool. Y'all are some raunchy, Joy. They don't call you Joy Waters for no reason. Oh, Max went away again. So how do you guys communicate in the chat? Let us know. Let us know how in the chat you communicate your needs to your partners, play partners. What do you say to them to help them to understand what you need and what you like? Let me know. I see a whole bunch of people like that sloppy head.
My apologies, people.
It's all right.
My apologies. Had some technical malfunction. You know what it is? It's this hub device that I'm using because I have a lot of stuff patched into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And the hub device I'm using, I don't like this one. I'm gonna get a different one. Next week I'll have a different one. My apologies. That's not professional. We do a professional show here, but thank y'all for keeping it going. Okay, so what we talking about here? Let me see. I'm about
what
to get
they do to
communicate
going. What they like. Jasmine says she just get naked. Just get naked. And it's like, all right, that's what I like. I'm ready.
Listen, I love it all. I love it all. Listen, I don't have no issues with no fupas either. I ain't got no problem with a fupa. That give me a nice place to rest my forehead while I'm doing some things. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, there be some wet, juicy cat under them foopies. So ain't nothing wrong with those. Just because you might see me with you might see me rolling with a Slim Goody here and there, don't mean that I don't take them down on the other side of the fence too. They definitely could get it. You know, it's just a matter of vibes. It's all vibes with me. It's all vibes.
Yeah. We need the good vibes.
It's all vibes. Honestly, I don't think it matters whether you're thick or slim. I have learned that some amazing pussy can be on either side of the equation. Because there are some slim girls whose grip be gripping like grip be gripping.
Yeah?
Yeah, like that shit. You feel like there's a hand jerking you off up in there. I've experienced those kind of grips. And then I've had that shit happen with some thick ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I've noticed with the bigger and especially like the taller, thicker girl, they be running from me.
They run from you?
They be running from me. I don't know what that is. Like I'll see girls literally 5'7", 5'8" or taller, thick body, whatever. They running from me, but they fucking with them slim niggas. See, the thing is, they're used to having somebody they can knock back. But in my case, you can't knock me back. I'm gonna knock you over and throw your ass around. And I think some of them ain't ready for that kind of action. Y'all smaller, the little short queen, they be here for all the bullshit. They will take my tall ass down in a second. But them tall tick-tings, they be the first ones running.
Yeah?
Running like fucking track stars. Well, Joy, I'm just saying average height is at 5'5", so technically 5'7" is considered above average.
Well, I'm 5'3 3/4.
Yeah, you're short. You're a short queen. So you're gonna give me my 3/4.
Yes, I am. Every time I go to the doctor, make sure one time I measured at 5'4", and I was really proud of myself.
Oh, you must have really been tippy-toeing that day, huh?
It's all the way up against the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like this conversation though, Max, because I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about how I want to move. I think, like, if I think about it, I'm less than 2 years old in the lifestyle, and I need to know more. And so I appreciate the fact that I'm learning how to express myself. The me of like 5 years ago would be so proud. Like, she would be so proud of me because she'd be like, what, girl? Look at you talking your shit. look at you being vocal and verbal about what you want and all that stuff, but in a sensual, sexual way. And I think that's where I am now, is like, I love to please, and so I like to have a partner who's also into that. And I'm learning, like, okay, what kind of energy do you want? What kind of environment do you want? Like, I am a romantic in relationships. I don't want to be romantic necessarily in play dynamics, but I do want to be a sensualist. And so I want to make sure
that's my
that,
specialty.
yeah, I like sensual interactions. Sensual interactions turn me on, like just like touching, music, lighting, scents, all of that stuff. That's what I want. And I think for a while I was like, no, I'm not doing that with a play partner. It's just sex. But it's like, no, you can set the tone. You can set the mood still with play partner. And so I'm learning that part now. Like I've had to say recently, like, you know, I want mutuality in this experience, and it happened. All right. So I'm loving the way that I'm finding my voice. And I think all of us need to be able to find our voice and say what we like, what we need, what we want in a sexy way that doesn't ruin the mood. And not be scared too. I think that's what we have to talk about too, is like the fear that comes, because sometimes it's like, don't say that. Oh no, maybe you should, maybe it's just, you know, like you can really get in your head when it comes to like being in the act of sex. Like you can get in your head like, okay, am I bugging? Especially if like your body is doing things that it hasn't done before. It's tough to get out of your head. So how we do that?
Especially because some of y'all hearts are in y'all pussies.
So everybody what?
And that's the problem. Some of y'all women's hearts are in y'all pussies. And because of that, and this happens in a lifestyle a lot, when a person who is an eligible individual really puts that work on you and they fuck you like they love you, you start to catch feelings that's outside of the playing dynamic that you originally wanted to be in. So where it was supposed to just be a play situation, it ends up being them feeling away, them starting to feel a little guarded when it comes to you, them wanting more. And that might not necessarily be in the cards for you, because we might not see you that way. We might just be looking at you like, hey, she's cool. We like to hang out. We'll bug out. Whatever. We ragdoll a little bit. It's cool. It's a good time. But then that's it. That doesn't mean that we want to have a whole bunch of motherfucking feelings and relationship and all that. Like me, I'm not looking for that. I'm going to have some fun. Come see Max. Max will tune you up real nice. You know what I'm saying? I might give you the Max experience. Actually, no, damn that, because that is actually charged for that during my massages. And no, it's not dick. It's just a whole experience. You get the price list, and I'll hook you up. Sorry, it's a ladies only service though. I don't service men.
I might have to go to school. I might have to go to school to be a massage therapist.
Jasmine, you want your first LS experience, you got to just get out there and get to it.
Yeah.
You got to find your area where whatever your kinks are, whatever your things that you're into, you have to find your niche within the lifestyle and then just take it from there.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
If you do it right, you're always rediscovering yourself and rediscovering things that you like. I've talked to people who have been in the lifestyle for years and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, I just tried this." Yeah, I'm with Jeep.
I disagree.
Really?
This is my thing. I could fuck somebody 100 times. If my only intention is to fuck, then we're chilling, we're cool. You're my homie lover friend. But that's where it stops. It doesn't matter if I fucked you 5 times. you ain't taking the place of my partners.
Okay, well that's different though.
No, but what I'm saying is that you have to establish that and make that understood that if I'm just playing with you, then that is all it is, unless I tell you otherwise. You do not have the right to assume it's anything else just because I showed you a good time and I treated you like a lady and made you feel beautiful. That's what I'm supposed to do. What's the point of the sex if it ain't sexy? Ain't the word sex in sexy? Come on.
I think if it's a play partner, I do limit my time because I do know that feelings can get involved on either side. And if I have a primary partner, then it it changes. If you're playing with somebody 3 times a week on a consistent basis, it's easy to catch feelings. Because you guys are spending time together. Now, at this point, you're not pillow talking about the weather and the sports. Now, like, it starts getting deeper. So I feel like it's natural to. So to avoid that, then it's like, all right, let me just...
No, let me say the thing that nobody wants to say.
Go ahead.
If you're just having a little fun, you have to keep the intimacy out of it. Don't start expressing emotions. Understand that this is a physical activity. You came into the lifestyle. For those that are lifestyle, I'm talking to y'all special because y'all the biggest hypocrites in this shit. You sit up there, understand that it's supposed to be a physical activity. If that's the case, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all some cheap game real quick.
Uh-oh.
You can always tell for those guys who never want their women to play with men. You know why that is? Because when they play with a shorty, they low-key be catching feelings. And they're afraid that their girl gonna catch feelings if they enjoy the experience as much as if their woman enjoys the experience as much as they do. And how they tend to be like, oh no, I don't want to lose my partner or have somebody else in my partner's heart. So to avoid that, I'm not going to let nobody else touch it. A lot of times that's a sign of a weakness for them. Yeah. And the reason why I bring that up is because when you are in a swing life circumstance, you're supposed to be able to separate your feelings from your passions, from your physical gratifications.
Yeah.
This is a physical act. Sex is a physical activity. Love making is an intimate connection. That is the difference.
So what about, all right. So like for instance, one day I was having a rough day. I had a play date situation set up and like I was just like sitting in the room that I was in, just like breathing, and like then he like comes over and tries to like put my head on his shoulder and I'm like, right? Because I felt a little like, I know that it was human, like interaction, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not here for that. Let's just, I can get my stress off another way.
So you just want him to take his clothes off and get to the facking.
Yeah, because the intimacy of me like resting my head on your shoulder after like, because I know why I'm stressed. Like, of course, he doesn't know. It feels like that's crossing into that intimacy line, and I don't want to do that.
I could dig that. But the thing is, here's a question for you, Nova.
I'm ready.
When's the last time that you had a play partner that you ended up catching feelings for because of the way he touched you? I'm gonna touch that comment in a second. I read what you said.
The last time that I had a play partner that I caught feelings for,
like all you intended was for them to be a play partner, but you caught feelings for them. I hope they're not. I hope that one of them's not watching, hoping it's them.
No. Like if there's recently anyone I caught feelings for, like the feelings were involved before we became play partners, and then it just like whatever. But because I told you my dating situation has been like beautiful. Like I don't have any complaints when it comes to dating lately. So that's different. But a person who is like, oh, we're just playing, I can't tell you I can tell you a situation ended like in November, but aside from that, there hasn't been any like new situations.
All right, so let me adjust this comment real quick. Joy's right. Couples need to figure out if they're swingers, poly, or both.
That's a fact.
Of them don't really know. Now let's get to this Jeep. It's a word salad, so I'm gonna put it up so you can read it, make it easier for you. So 99% of people I can play with, and I won't experience any feelings, regardless of how good the sex is between them. It can happen out of the blue, and regardless if it does happen, that does not mean I would reveal that. And I definitely wouldn't if it wasn't a person that was strictly for fun. That's Jeep's way of saying that she's going to catch feelings for me, but she's not going to tell me when she catches the feelings because, she doesn't want to make it awkward. Oh, God, I'm just having a little fun, don't mind. But what I want to say to that, you say something to that first. What do you think?
I mean, I'm a Jeep, so like me and Jeep, we're really similar. I'm
go ahead. What do you want to say? Go ahead.
I feel Jeep, and like I'm not gonna tell a person I have to. If anything, I'll step back. Me and Jeep have had conversations about this. If I start catching feelings in a situation where I know that it's not supposed to be like that, I just start stepping back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Now, here's the thing. Good evening, Sierra. Here's the thing. Oh, yes. And Kat, you're right. They need to learn how to separate the swinging and poly connection. That's true, too. Because those things can operate on two different aspects. One doesn't guarantee the other. You understand what I'm saying? So, here we go. All right. You know what I would like to know from you, Nova? What do you think is the number one problem as far as why a lot of people have a hard time? You're a therapist. What would you say is the number one issue that is a struggle between a couple being able to communicate when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to lovemaking, passion, things of that nature? What would you say? I know my side, but what would you say is your side?
So the barrier for people to communicate about like their sexual needs?
Yes.
Sometimes people don't know what their sexual needs are, and sometimes people are ashamed of it, and sometimes people have already been shamed for it. Right? Like say we're watching a movie, you and I are in a couple, we're watching a movie and somebody does something freaky that I might be into, but you say, oh no, that's horrible. Why would people do something like that? Like people are already feeling shamed for the things that they like. So I think it's a few things. So I think it's that. They don't know how to communicate it. They feel ashamed about what they like, or they've already been shamed and they don't want to be embarrassed.
And see, the thing is, remember that attack that I spoke about earlier? That's where that attack comes into play. If you know how to speak to your partner right, you can be direct without being an asshole about it.
Yeah.
There's a way to be direct without being an asshole about
it. Right.
That is something that has to be conveyed from the beginning. And now my perspective on this is I feel like the number one problem is ego.
Ego.
The number one problem, I think, with why couples typically don't properly communicate their desires to each other, they'll complain to their girlfriends or to their homeboys or whatever, but they won't say it to their partner because of ego. Because the ego of an individual can be quite big. And quiet as kept, women's egos are actually bigger than men's egos.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
You tell a woman that she ain't rocking that mic the right way, her heart just fell into her gut. You tell a guy that, he'll be like, all right, baby, how you want me to do this? You want me to do this thing? All right, cool, I'll do that. I got you. But in the girl or the lady is, you tell a female that, she's like, oh, hell no. Or that she's so in her feelings, she's hurt. She might be crying to her girlfriend afterwards. He basically, and granted, it's always what we said versus what she heard. So we might be like, you know, I want you to be a little sloppy with the head, you know what I'm saying? Maybe grip the dick a certain way, blah, 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 blah. In her mind, she would have heard, your head game is whack, and I need you to do better because I could think of a shorty who could do it better than you. That's what she's hearing. Good evening, Carrie Ann.
Hey, Carrie Ann. That's true. That's true.
I want to put this up too. The Silva said people often cannot communicate their sexual lives or needs is because they have not done a self-audit to even know what they like or what they're experiencing. Exactly.
I agree with that.
That is 150% exactly. Yeah. Because that is one of those things that gets missed so often. Is if you don't know yourself, how can you possibly tell somebody
That's true.
how to pleasure you? A lot of women don't know their body. There are women here who don't really know their bodies that well.
Yeah.
A lot of women are going to be like, what? That's impossible. How could that be? No. There are a lot of women don't know their bodies. They don't explore. They don't play with themselves or understand what it is that their body needs in order to be properly satisfied.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So my thing is, if you don't know yourself, you can't be mad at him for not knowing. But that's where the lack of accountability tends to come in, which is what us men talk about all the time with y'all women, is that you can't be mad at us for not knowing something that you don't know yourself and you in your own skin. Make it make sense.
But I think when you say that women have pride is just their ego or whatever. Like ego and pride are very similar, and they're defense mechanisms. So if you find that someone is like defensive and you care about their pleasure, you could, like I think that's where the communicating in a appropriate way comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Joy, I have like 2 vibrators in my entire life. That's all I got.
They said, Carrie Ann said they don't know the Joy. Hold on, let me go for Joy. Joy says she has at least 3 toys in her bed. Joy, let me say something to the toy thing. That's another mistake too. Just like it's not good for a man to jerk off too much because nobody.
Don't say that, Max. Don't say what you're about to say, Max.
I'm going to say it because it is true.
It's not true.
No, it is true. It is called making yourself nose blind to something. You cannot masturbate with a vibrating machine 500 times a day and then wonder why it's not happening for you when you're with a man and he's doing whatever he can, because a man is never going to match the 5,000 RPMs of a vibrating device. I don't care what kind of I got a hurricane tongue and I can't even pull that shit off, and I could go with all that shit. I cannot match the 5,000 RPMs of a fucking toy. It is impossible.
But that's not what you're up against. You're not up against a toy.
No, but the thing is, you condition your body. All right, now you know biology. I know you took that as a prerequisite for what you're doing. I know this because I've been to school too. You had to take biology as an elective problem. Here's the thing. The body is an adaptable device, correct? Human beings are adaptable biological machines.
Evolutionary.
But they're also adaptable. They also adapt. They don't just evolve, but they also adapt. My thing is that in that adaptation, your body will get used to a certain thing if you overuse it. You can use it. You can even make a toy a part of the experience in the bedroom with your partner. I think toys are teammates. Don't get me wrong. But you cannot over abuse the toy, just like you cannot over jerk yourself off. You have to balance that shit out because nobody is going to match that. And the thing is, your body will get used to a certain thing.
There's never been a time like I cannot go to sleep without touching myself. It's hard for me to wake up and start my day without touching myself. I don't really use toys because I like my own touch. I like the intimacy of myself. There's not been a time where a man has done what he needed to do that I wanted a toy or I just wanted myself. Like if it's done right, the connection is there, the energy is there, the communication is there. I don't think that there's any amount of masturbation or toy usage that could ever make me not be pleasured by a man.
Wait. Okay. Here's the thing. Now I'm looking at some ridiculous comments and some funny comments here. Carrie Ann was like, they don't really know their bodies, let alone what they don't like actually. Some are afraid to be vulnerable to another, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Now, Carnita's ridiculous because, her and this 2 minutes thing, I'm just wondering what kind of juice box she got going on down there. I wanna step up to the challenge because I know I would last longer. I would last longer than 2 minutes in that shit without a problem.
Oh, 2 minutes in a tiny Tim.
I ain't no Tiny Tim, and I could go a lot longer than that. So feel free to step into my office and don't talk no bullshit about, oh, you don't like me though, because I'm calling you out. So just step up or stop complaining. Now, don't make me send you an invoice. Let me see. Now, with the Silva has a great one here. I love this. The Silva talks like a therapist. I don't know if he is, but he speaks like one for sure. Because this is one of the things I've spoken on when I'm counseling people. The 4 columns. What you need during sex, what you want during sex, what you will abide with during sex, and what are your deal breakers. $100%. 100%. I don't even have to add nothing to that. That speaks for itself. That is exactly what you need if you want to figure out your partner.
Yeah.
Here comes Kanita complaining again. Kanita, my cunning linguist skills are, I've been told they're pretty good. So, again, should this be a thing, you know how to reach me. You really know how to reach me. So we can talk about it or we could do something about it. I'm in the place where I like to just take action. So the talking is cool, it's cute, but I like to see some action. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of toy talk. There's some flirting. Somebody's about to hook up in Harlem. That's what's up. Get that shit on.
Yes.
But here's the thing: we gonna land this plane because I gotta eat my
Mhm.
food. It's like 10:20. But here's the thing: on my aspect,
Oh man, Max's software is just not working tonight. That's okay because we're gonna make sure that it's back and it's better next week. So yes, clean your toys, people. Please clean your toys. I like to say that I just want toys for that have been just purchased because or are just mine. Like these toys are only for me because that's not cool. I've seen some just rinsing off of water.
I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what's going on today. They're having all types of malfunctions.
Yeah, it's okay.
But what I was gonna say is that I personally am of a mind of pleasuring your partner is your job, whether it's your play partner, your life partner, whatever kind of partner they are. It is your job to pleasure them. It is their job to pleasure you.
Yes.
So make sure that you understand the assignment moving forward, because I can't be everywhere at once. So I can't keep picking up the slack for everybody. I'm busy. I got my hands full over here as it is. So I don't have room for any more of that. So if we could be so kind as to make sure that you guys and gals are doing y'all parts for each other, then this won't be a problem.
Right.
Oh no, it's not a router issue, Kat. I know the issue was the last time I hit the mouse by mistake where it was in the wrong place. The other time it was my hub. My connection is ironclad. That has never been my issue. It's literally it's the hardware that I have. I have to fix something.
Okay, ironclad connection.
Yeah, this files be files. Okay.
Great.
And I pay for the high speed, and I make sure not to run too many routines in the background so it doesn't mess with the StreamYard when it's running. But anyway, yeah, but like I said, don't be selfish. Take care of each other. That's really all I have when it comes to this.
Yes.
You have a thing? Because I'm about to go to some announcements in a second.
So yes, I have a couple of things, and then I have one thing, and then when you finish the announcement, then I'll talk about our announcement for next week. And so the thing I want to say is make sure that you're learning how to communicate your needs sexually and effectively, sensually and clearly. Right. So that's the lesson and the takeaway that I have for today is to communicate in a way that updates your data and updates your software that's going to be received by your partner.
And here's one final thing. I still ain't seen them subscriptions go up. So either all of you are subscribed already, which I highly doubt, or you're not taking me seriously on this subscribe. Because I'm going to need y'all to hit the sub button. I'm going to need y'all to go hit the donation button, hit the donation scan, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube, please. And thank you. I'm going to make it easy for you too, because I'm going to share it so that y'all know exactly where to go. This way you don't have to be like, oh, well, I didn't know where to go and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Because I get it. Sometimes people are a little confused. They don't know what's going on, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to make it easy. The people that's on YouTube, obviously, I don't need to share the link for y'all. But here's the link for the people on Facebook to go and share and like. I shared it under my other YouTube name. Oh shit! I actually shared it in YouTube. That was a goof. So I have to share it over here. But I have it here, so we're gonna put it. Make sure that you have it. Bang, bang, boom. There it goes. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Donations are much appreciated. Put those in. Make sure that they happen. Hit the Cash App because we aren't being monetized. Ain't no AdSense, and we need to make some things happen. That's going to take some serious funding to make happen. I have another show that I have to deal with too. So that'll be announced later. Let me get to these announcements real quick, I guess, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Or do we want to talk about next week first?
We'll give them next week in a second. They need to hang on for next week. We got some things to talk about for next week. But before we get to that, I'm shouting myself out first, ladies and gentlemen. This is, oh, goddamn, it's damn banner. I want to take the time. This is the way that you can reach me if you need consultations in the realm of dating or life coaching. I am very good, very adept, and my prices are not bad. You can screenshot this, catch me at the number below, or you can email me at that email address listed there. Just looking at it to double check, make sure that mess up. But yeah, any of these things that you feel, and trust me, seeing the way some of y'all be moving out here, I tell y'all need this help more than y'all realize. Don't be afraid to holler at me. Anything that we talk about on the low, I have NDAs that are signed so that we cannot disclose your personal information.
Right.
Anywhere. It stays with me, it goes to the grave. That's it as far as that goes. So I want y'all to understand what time it is with that. I want to shout out the Cash App one more time because, God damn it, screenshot and hit that joint. Don't be afraid. It's there to go to the show. And now that's enough of that. I don't have the new flyer for BLX, but I just want to shout them out. They had a dope show about this last week. I'm not sure if they have a show coming this week or not.
They do. They had a spicy topic too.
Yes, but I'm talking about for this Wednesday. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm talking about. This Wednesday, their topic is
well, he didn't send me the flyer, so he fumbled the bag on that. But I'm still going to say, check it out.
Tune in tomorrow.
Tune into them tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yes,
it'll be a good time. All that good stuff. And I want to shout out. Oh shit! Actually, that passed already. Actually, I think we're almost done. Yeah, that's about all of it. I think we got one more.
Yeah.
With her slutty slumber party coming up this weekend. I'll be busy, so I'm not going to be able to be there to give y'all massages. I'm going to be out of town.
But it's going to be amazing. And so, ladies, if you need something to do, go. And even if you can't go for the weekend, she has day passes available. So you want to go have the experience. If you need some other like lady friends, some lifestyle friends, some friends who are just open, like her Sexy Sirens. I'm part of the Slutty Siren crew. She's super dope, and you're guaranteed to have a good time and build your confidence.
Also, I have one more thing I want to touch on. Well, no, I have two more things actually. I'm forgetting something very important. Ladies, this is for y'all. I need y'all to this right here. My massage experience is definitely something that you don't get into. My tantra techniques are second to none. My hand skills are amazing. You will leave feeling relaxed, feeling like your energy has been balanced, and you might fall asleep, which is totally okay. Because I've definitely had that happen. And I massage from head to toe every day. So I need y'all to do that information below and get your booking on while you can. I know I got like 5 different business things going on at the same time. This is crazy. But yeah, but also we've been getting inquiries. We didn't forget. But this thing right here is still a thing. If you have issues, you can literally take that name and put @Gmail behind it. And you can email or you could DM either me or Nova, which will probably be easier, with issues that you have. Because I've heard, put that up one time, I've heard that there have been some things going on that need to get out. Like at Secrets, there was a whole mess of creepers and so on and so forth. So these are things that can be avoided with some vetting. Hello, what happened to vetting, people? For one thing. But the most important part is it makes it easier if you simply report these people so they can be banned. Leezus, what up, brother? Anyway, DM me if you want information. The information is also on my flyer. For any of the things you want, you can rewind it back, screenshot it. All the information for contacting is up there. So just feel free to reach out to me for any of those things that y'all may be interested in doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nova, hit them with your announcement so we can get out of here.
So we know that we're on a new schedule, the social experiment. We're 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off, because we got business to take care of. So next week, we're going to be closing out our 4-week cycle with our second men's roundtable. We got men ready. We got men ready to talk to us about what's on their minds. So if there's any questions you guys want, you ladies want the men to answer, or men, if there's any topic you feel like we definitely need to cover for next week, let us know. Send me an inbox. My inbox is open for that. Let me know what you want to hear from the men so that I can put it on our questions and we can hear directly from their mouths. I love it, love it, love it. I'm going to be surrounded by some beautiful men next week, and I'm going to be the voice of the women, and we're going to hear straight from their hearts and their minds.
Joy wants to know who's going to be there.
Joy, it's a surprise, but we can talk about it later. Yes. It's a surprise, but we have 2 confirmed, 2 pending. 2 confirmed, 2 pending. So, I figured 2 possibles gives us 1 whole. And we're definitely gonna have Max on the screen. So we are in for a phenomenal time. I love the men's roundtable because it gives us an opportunity for us to hear from the men. We hear from the women a lot. And it gives us an opportunity to hear from the men based on their experience. And it helps us to get like an inside scoop on how to connect with them, because their feelings matter, their experiences matter. I love men. Men are beautiful, especially our Black men. So make sure you tune in next week. It's our men's roundtable. I'm ready.
And with that being said, we appreciate y'all for coming. Thanks for coming. God bless and good night.
Good night.
Peace out, y'all. Later.